Hello, and welcome to the Nerd Talk podcast. I'm Paul, and this is my guest this week, Wesley.
Hi, I'm Wesley.
He is Wesley.
I am.
So you're probably wondering why a podcast? Well, Wesley here can tell you about. We used to do radio at what was Southern Polytechnic State University, and
it is now Kennesaw State University, Marietta campus.
Which makes about as much sense as The Haunting in Connecticut to Ghosts of Georgia. So, yeah. But I was going to, and here's where the conversation happens. I was going to do radio for Owl Radio.
Is that the name of their radio station?
That's the name of their radio station.
Okay.
So far as when I was reading their stuff, unlike us, they have never been on the radio before. Because our station used to be on the radio for some time until the year 2006 when we went full internet.
So their station, they had a radio station, right?
Us, yeah.
No. Did Kennesaw have a radio station?
Kennesaw has had a radio station.
But they were only online.
They have only been online so far.
Okay.
But they're trying to get on the radio. So what they're doing is whenever... The way that they have structured everything, and this goes into what I was trying to tell you in the car, is they're structuring it like a more realistic 96.1-ish radio station. Stuff like logs come into play, where you have to write down everything you play, and then you have to adhere to the logs that have been written before you. Meaning if somebody played Lynyrd Skynyrd's Simple Man, you can't play it.
Can't play it like at all, or
at
can't
all.
Play it like during a certain period of time, or
at all during your time if it's been played once that day. No, don't play it again.
Oh,
that's one of their rules. We've broken that probably.
Oh yeah,
in the old radio station when everything was much more lax. Actually, can you tell people at home what it was like to be a DJ at Green Hornet Radio?
We would walk into the radio station, and we would fill in after the people who were in there had left.
Mm-hmm.
And we would just kind of get everything together and then just play music off of either YouTube or somebody's iPod, like their iTunes account.
Then eventually Jacob kind of moved it to that Google...
Yeah, then we moved it to Google Play. But either way, we would just kind of hook it up to the computer and play some music for like 4 songs, talk a bit, play 4 more songs, talk a bit, play 4 more songs. And that was just how it went. And we didn't really have to keep track of anything as long as we filled the airtime with something.
Yeah. Turns out, not supposed to do that.
According to the FCC? Or?
According to FCC guidelines that Owl Radio is trying to adhere to so that they will let them on the radio.
Okay, what are their guidelines?
Some of their guidelines include not playing more than 3 songs from the same album or the same artist.
Okay.
Broke that one.
All right.
We especially broke that one on...
That one's not... Like, you can't play more than 3 songs from the same artist through the entire show?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the same album, which I know I definitely broke when I did Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock Night, because that's an album, and we played 4 songs from Woodstock.
Okay. These aren't so bad. Like, I'm sure we could adapt to
these. These are things that they say, no, can't do.
Right, but I'm sure we could adapt to these. These don't seem so bad.
No, so far.
Okay.
It gets a little worse. You can only talk for 30 seconds. And in fact, 30 seconds is way too much. All your job is as a DJ is to go. And that was Lynyrd Skynyrd's A Simple Man. Up next on Owl Radio is, I don't know, Paul Simon's, that African song he did. No, wait, hold on, I got it. Toto's Africa. And pull the slider, and that's it. That's it.
That's all you're allowed to do.
If you go over a minute, technically you're being a bad DJ and you're boring people. We broke that one.
And that's according to FCC.
Now that's a bit of their policy, but that's how an FCC regulated station that isn't talk radio or...
Because I've heard a lot of radio stations, at least in the morning, will have talk
morning
segments.
or at night, but
yeah.
But if you listen to a radio station at, like, say, I don't know, 3 p.m.,
they don't really have a whole lot of talk segments.
They'll say one thing, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are other... I don't know if Green Hornet Radio did this, but there are other stations that are like not music at all.
Mm.
They do one that's political. They do one that's all about campus news. What they were going to do is, by now they've stopped hiring. I never got a chance to interview. I think it was because they wanted me to sign the contract before they interviewed me, but I was given a, please email me back, we'll have an interview thing first before a contract, which I didn't feel comfortable signing.
Did you get a contract?
I had a contract, yeah.
Do you have one with you?
Not right now.
Okay.
I can pull it up on the phone, but data.
Yeah.
But they make you read their handbook first. What I've just mentioned is like a myriad of shit. Like it's just, it was quite a bit, and it basically was like, you know that thing that made it fun to do radio with the guys and stuff? Yeah, you're not doing that. You are not doing that at all.
Missing out on the talk segment. Like,
yeah.
I like doing talk segments.
I mean, you know, that's why we're doing a podcast.
Right.
Because it's just us talking now. For fans of the show, not the music, but just for I don't listen to
our radio show.
I don't listen to them play music. I listen to them talk.
That was like 8 people.
Yeah,
on a really good night.
Well, guess what?
Like 8 people.
Well, guess what? 8 people.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Thank you, 8 people.
Thank you, 8 people, for returning. we know you've missed us. And see, that's what sucks. I came in at I'm always late to everything, apparently. I was the last one to be here, last one to join the DJ thing. By the way, what was our show called?
We never got a name.
Life Juice? I always assumed it was a Nolan Rogers reference.
That was the sign out that they had.
Life Juice Weeps, yeah.
But it wasn't ever the name of the show. We never had a name. We were like, how long? I think it was like 3 years.
Yeah.
We had the radio show, and then like we were losing people as it went. But we never came up with a name for it.
Oh, more things that we broke. One of them we clearly knew about. It was more of an annoyance than rule breaking, which was everybody, for some reason, was in the recording studio.
Right.
People would just come the fuck in. They really would. It was...
Yeah, it was a place for people to hang out.
Yeah, and eventually it got so bad that people would start going into the recording booth. Because the way that the for those of you who aren't acclimated, the way that our DJ radio room, whatever you want to call it, is you'd have a waiting area for guests or just to chill while songs were playing. And then you had the DJ booth, which was like a little room with 2 mics, sometimes 3 chairs. And because sound padding.
Which I'm worried that we're going to listen to this later.
I mean,
it's going to be really echoey.
I mean, that's how it goes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I need first episode, I'm sure they'll forgive us, and eventually I'll try and get a better mic, and we'll try and have a room next time. But, like, that's one thing. In fact, some of the shit that, like, letting me on the show, practically, can't do that. Unless they are a trained DJ that is officially signed with Owl Radio. And this is an FCC thing, like, no guests, no nothing. You can only be near a fucking microphone unless you're a certified DJ.
That seems just too restrictive to me.
That's the problem. It was like I wanted to go to the interview and ask them these questions and go, listen, this is how we used to do this, and I would totally love to do that. What you're doing, and I respect it, you're trying to make a name for yourself, you're trying to be professional about it. But
concerned as to what they're going to try to do to like get back on the air, because we used to have a station, and it got bought out from us.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Kennesaw is going to do. Are they going to just
they're restarting? Well, they're restarting it over here. That's why they were asking for DJs, and that's why I turned in an application saying. But my application is probably the derpiest one they got, because it was like, just really relax, man. Like, I'm just gonna play some tunes. Late shift. Wouldn't mind doing it twice a week, however many times I can, man. It just sounded really fucking laid back, and then they shove that thing in your face, and you're just like, there's no individuality. And if there is, it's like a shred.
If I wanted to, go to the radio station, compose a playlist, and play it for other people, and like, I don't know, it just nothing about that really appeals to me.
It's more of a business model.
Yeah, it was more
because we didn't have sponsors.
I mean, technically half of the fun was getting everybody together
Yeah.
and just hanging out while we were listening to music.
Yeah.
But we got to, have that kind of fun interaction
Yeah.
while people could also listen to it.
Yeah.
And that was the best part about it. Whereas now it would just be like, oh, hey, let's listen to their radio show. And, oh, I got to hear them say
Next time.
or that was. And that just kind of, you're not a radio person. You're not even really like
You're just
an actual DJ.
Yeah.
Gets to compose playlists and everything, and if they're an actual DJ, I assume they do a decent amount to remix it and meld the songs together.
What?
Even if they're not if they're going from one song to another, a lot of the art of that I've heard is melding from one song to another almost seamlessly, and that takes skill and it takes a personal touch to do it. And this just seems hey, I listened to some of the music that they like. That was real fun.
Yeah, that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was so disheartened, because what I wanted to do was do what we did, and of course, have you guys come back at least, where it was I knew I could get you. Jacob's a lot more difficult to get, and Tim is
in Tennessee.
In Tennessee, he's in Tennessee.
Very hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, he's in the state that starts with a T, which is
not Texas.
It's not Texas at all. So, no, but I wanted to do this instead because we could say fuck if we fucking wanted to.
Right.
And because it's not for profit and it's not sponsored, I could play music in the background for certain sections. And also, kind of just do whatever we want. At one point, I considered us doing radio skits, where we would read from a script that you and I write or something for the week for that particular podcast, and we perform it like a radio drama, like a radio play, for maybe 5-10 minutes, and then go back to talking, and then end the segment. And the show. So, no, freedom is what I wanted. I wanted to do something because I closed down Paul Productions, and film work at Great Wall has been very slow because Kenneth, who's the head of Great Wall Productions, has a new job now, which is good. He needs money. He's spent all of his money trying to get his 2-hour mind fuck of a movie made. So he needs money. And it's certainly slowed down production on a lot of shit.
How is his movie, by the way? How did that go?
I think it's a great movie, and we are already in the process. I'm going to do another podcast purely for his company. And it'll either be me or him or both of us each week. It might alternate, it might not.
Right.
And we're going to discuss... We're going to stick to a topic more than you and I have so far. I mean, I think we're on a general topic right now of freedom and creative output that isn't commercialized or more like what we used to do.
Right.
Just with less highly advanced technological equipment.
Yeah. It's sad, though, that we have to call what we had at the radio station highly advanced technological equipment. It was...
No, that's why I was worried.
It was sound equipment from 10...
Yeah, but
10
it was
years
cool.
ago?
It was a lot cooler
it was
than
a
what we
lot
got
cooler
right
than
now.
what we have. But it was prone to breaking. It was very prone to breaking, and we didn't...
Weren't we delayed one night by an hour because we had to call a manager? One of the wires or something was broken, and we had to get in the back room.
It wasn't nothing was broadcasting correctly, and
then we learned the emergency loop was Neon Cat or something. I think I remember you saying, "This is fucking Neon Cat," putting the headphones. No, but Great Wall's been very slow. We're trying to get that website started, but realistically, we have a producer named Taylor Owenby. Look him up. Who I knew back 2 colleges ago. Before he became he's really he's kind of grown. He does a lot of invest work. He does a lot of producing. He does some acting, but he's mostly like one of these guys that you talk to about how do I sell my movie, and he's like, I'll tell you exactly how to sell your movie.
Wow.
So realistically, the film, by the way, is Love My Country. Realistically, he sees it on Netflix in about a year or two.
Wow.
Which would be really nice.
Wow.
So the only trouble we have right now, reason why it's not like, okay, right now let's give it to an investor, there's some music rights
that you need to take care of.
Yeah, there's 2 songs, and Kenneth has a hard time because the film's so personal to him. It's really his, like it's him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's having trouble. Like, I need to find a way for the music to be paid for, rather than, okay, let's just replace this music.
Right.
Which, I mean, I'm like, cut your losses. So, you know, because I think like a producer as well, which is like, audience isn't going to like this. This is the demographic you should go for. Which, the way that filmmaking is moving right now, I totally agree with Taylor. I think going to Netflix or going to Hulu, any sort of digital on-demand service is the best
that
way.
You can get it out to people.
Get it out to the people who want to see it. Because Kenneth would lose a shit ton of money putting it in a theater.
Oh, definitely.
And like having 3 people per theater go see it and go, okay, I'll buy the DVD, you know, or the Blu-ray, you know. So doing this on the side is going to help me from not going crazy because radio has been denied to me. So I figure this is the next best thing. It's radio for the internet that is pre-recorded. Until we get a live thing going, until we get a live feed. But, you know.
All in due time.
All in due time. Now, next topic. The fuck is guacamole?
Oh, right. Sorry, I just kind of got blindsided by that question.
Yeah.
You asked me in the car, and you were like, don't tell me now. Wait until we're recording.
We're recording now. Tell me. Tell us. Tell everybody.
Guacamole is... I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, I was just telling you about it just, the other day?
Yeah, because I was texting you to say, hey, I want you to be the first guest on this.
And I was in the middle of something, and I was responding to Paul, but also what it is a game that I think is on PC and on Wii U. I don't know if it's on... It's on a lot of... It's actually on PS4. It's like
next
a downloadable
generation.
Game. Yeah, it's a current generation game.
Yeah.
That is, I think, like a downloadable game. And we got it on the Wii U. And David and I have sat down and just been playing it for like 2 weeks.
Now give us some.
It is I'm trying to remember the exact genre of this. It's like an action platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Like a beat 'em up kind of thing to where you're just moving throughout levels with like puzzles, and there's fighting mechanics. You are playing as a Mexican wrestler, like a Mexican masked wrestler, and there's like a story involved, and there's like a skeleton guy who has kidnapped like your childhood like friend.
Are you sure you and
love.
David didn't just drop mushrooms or something? This is an actual game?
And yeah, it's an actual game. And
Google it right now, people.
It's rather solid. Like, it is really solid of a game. And I don't normally get into games that require a lot of like precise like platforming and stuff because I'm not great under pressure in certain things.
No, you're not.
But playing with another person, because it has couch co-op, which is people in the same room can just play on the same screen.
I love couch co-op.
You don't have to have it online. And David and I would just sit down and just knock out a few levels. And just through playing the game, we started to 100% the game. We were just like, well, let's make sure we've gotten everything in this area, and we'll grab everything in this area. And we had just gotten down to like the last like 2 levels or something, and like getting the last bits of stuff. And there are sections of the game where they're like completely separate, like individual levels within a level. And at the end of a really hard like platforming or like a challenge, you will get like a special item. And getting all these special items and then beating the last boss gives you the last piece of it, and it unlocks like the good ending. But we didn't even know that at the time. We were just trying to get through everything and 100% everything. So Paul texts me and is like, hey, I want you for this podcast. I want you to come on and be your first guest. I really want to do this since radio hasn't worked. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And I hate this game so much.
This game is like, you said something about sucking.
No, hold on. I'm going to pull
Pull up the dick joke.
But I was,
You
I
know?
was talking to Paul and I was telling him about just, yeah, that sounds cool. Hold on. It was, hey, what's your week like? I'm like, I've got late classes, and are you free? Yeah, I'll check. I said, he asked me if I was free, and I said, I'll have to check. I'm playing a game right now, about to rip my dick off. And I've gotten that just from the internet of just when you are so frustrated that the only recourse and the only way to deal with it is just take a dick and rip it off. And Paul, like, immediately after sends, as a response to, you know, what he wants to do, just, I want to start a podcast instead of the radio. I just wanted to know people's schedules. And then I get, rip your dick off? Like, it's just so frustrating. And we were just in the middle of a level where it took me and David combined about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just to beat one section.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
I have to see this now.
This was, it gets to the point to where the platforming is like old school platforming. Where it's just like, or like Super Meat Boy, where people have gotten back into, this game is going to be hard and require very precise inputs from you.
No, man. That's how I answer texts, though. Yeah. I pretty much address the sections, although it can lead to some confusion.
Right.
Where it's like, say I text you and you say, I'm going to the store, and then the next section that you text is like, also my toenails are going to be chopped off or something. And I'll go, have fun with that and don't hurt yourself. And that can apply to both.
Right. I like it, though, because at least yours are in, like, coherent, like, sections.
Oh,
here is a response, and it is, like, a couple sentences if it needs to be. I know some people, I know that, like, our friend Patrick will, when he's responding to somebody, like, if it's on Hangouts or, like, he can do it from his computer, he'll respond to you in, like, fragment chunks.
Explain.
So,
well, we have to explain Patrick.
Yeah, but, well, okay, he'll send a message,
yeah.
and, like, he'll be responding to you or, like, saying something, and it'll just, instead of being like, hey, guys, just wanted to know if you guys would be available for this, and, because I'll be free here, and, you know, let me know if you can.
Yeah.
Instead of that being one message, it'd be, bloop, hey, guys, bloop, just want to know if anybody was free. Boop, bloop. We wanted to do something later, and it's going to be from here to here. Boop, bloop. Let me know if you guys are free.
That means, like, any time in between you try and reply.
It'll get the message all weird.
Yeah. No, I have a friend like that.
But, like, most of the time, it's right one after another.
Yeah.
So, like, you're getting 4 notifications for one really only needs to be one, like, actual message.
I only do that for comedic pause. Because I know how people read shit, so I tend to do it like, you know, so what's up, motherfucker? Bloop. Just kidding, how you doing? You know,
okay.
Or something like that. Or if it's you, I really do mean it.
Yeah, that's just a normal greeting.
Wesley, you need to stop the MILFs. You need to stop it. You need to stop that.
What?
You need to stop it with the MILFs.
You're not supposed to know about that, Paul.
I know about it. I can see you're sweating right now. This audience can't see it, but you are sweating like a stuck pig on a fire spit or something.
You really did not have an analogy to go into there. You were just like, something pig.
Pigs.
Something. Where are pigs? Where do they sweat?
I don't know what else to fucking say. You come up with something.
You kind of like, he gave me this look. Nobody can see it. He reared up and gave me this look like he was either about to, like, end it there or like he had something and he just gave me, and then it switched to this look of, I've got nothing, please. Yeah. Please help me now.
Get me out of this fucking hole, you know. That, or we could improvise the game right here. We could do a scene right now. It's first episode, there are no rules.
Oh no.
Until next week when I listen to this and go, okay, let's
This was bad.
This was bad. Bad idea.
That improv scene was terrible.
That improv scene. Next time, write a script beforehand. No.
I don't know. I'm a little out of it right now, just because I'm getting back from an entire weekend. Tim, who is in Tennessee right now.
Tim from Tennessee is how we will refer to him from now on. Tim from Tennessee.
He came down to visit because we have been since sophomore year of college, which was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We meet myself, Tim, my friend David, and our friend Jan.
Yeah.
all got together and like played the first 2 Borderlands games, and we split into 2 teams and played through them like in the same room.
Yeah,
and so that was
because there's a great co-op mode.
There's 2-player co-op for those games.
Yeah,
they did not have 4-player co-op. They didn't have 4-player co-op in the first one. They had 4-player co-op in the second one. And so after we played together on the first one, because we didn't realize they didn't have 4-player co-op, we just played through the campaign separately as 2 teams, and then came together during the second one and played through all the way through that one. We got the newest one, which is Borderlands the pre-sequel, and that came at a time where Jan had graduated and was moving out. Yeah, Tim had to leave to go to Tennessee, like to stay, because he wasn't sure what he was doing in terms of classes. Yeah, and then eventually joined, he's going to Middle Tennessee right now.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah, he's really happy there, honestly.
He is?
He's really enjoying it. He's really excited about his classes.
Big fields so he can run around all he likes, and all the food he can eat.
All the way up there in that farm in Tennessee. Grandma and Grandpa's farm.
Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa's farm. Where's Tim? Oh, he went to the
to go
farm.
Live in Tennessee.
But he was happy here. Well, he's really happy at that farm.
So, Tim's not dead, just so everybody's clear on that.
He's also not a Yorkshire Terrier or something, or a kitty cat or a goldfinch.
Definitely. I want to be a Yorkshire Terrier. So, everyone was gone, so now whenever we can get everyone together, we will meet up at Jan's house.
This was last weekend?
Just this last weekend.
Motherfucker, why didn't you say anything?
It was hard enough getting everybody to see Tim who hadn't got to see Tim. That was like... We couldn't get everybody over and like hang out because he came over late Friday, and then we like hung out, went to sleep. We woke up and went to Jan's. And then what we do is from Saturday midday to Sunday late in the afternoon, we will play Borderlands. We will play Borderlands until 4 or 5 in the morning. Wake up, play more Borderlands. We'll show up, we'll go to like Walmart or Kroger, buy a bunch of snacks, a bunch of soda, throw it down in his basement, and then just play for hours. And it's great. Oh my gosh, it is so great. We even the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta was this weekend, and or like during the week, and it ended on Sunday. And Tim was like, hey, me and Jan play a lot of Call of Duty, and David and Wesley don't play any Call of Duty. I'd like to see like what everybody's like, get a whole like reaction, get like gameplay footage of everybody, and just have like us talking. It was something while we were there. Nobody else really interacted with us when we were there. We were having bro time, and you weren't invited. I'm sorry.
I'm not a bro.
Not part of that group. That bro group.
Oh, really?
Bro pod. A pod of bros.
Wow. You want to get the fuck out of this podcast?
Paul, you just pointed at the corner of the room.
They don't. There's a corner.
There was no point in pointing.
No. Well, you know what?
The gesture was lost.
Get out. People can imagine. They can paint the picture in their head.
Well, now they can. Now we've described all of it.
There are 4 corners in this room. Usually that makes up a room. 4 corners.
There's a ceiling.
There are lights.
And
there is oxygen, we assure you.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, because
our last setup we got two minutes in, realized we couldn't breathe, and passed out. Luckily, the fire department showed up to save us.
Yeah, the door won't close the same way as when we started. But fuck you. No,
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You need to invite me next time. I like things.
When Tim comes down, we're getting everybody, and we're all going to hang out with Tim for a while. Okay. Before we go and like seclude ourselves in Jan's like downstairs.
What if I want to do that?
You can't, Paul. You can't play with us.
I just can't.
You'd be sitting around watching us play Borderlands. Ruin the sanctity of the thing. We will. We're almost done with the game anyway. We'll find a way to get a bunch of people together. Anyway.
This is really insulting. I hope you know this.
I'm sorry, Paul. I was telling you about what happened.
Tell them, not me anymore. You talk to the fucking people. It's like they're here, but...
I am exhausted from that, though.
Yes.
We were up until 4 or 5, and we got up at 9, got breakfast, and just continued to play video games until 5 that afternoon. And it sounds like, oh god, what are these huge nerds playing video games for like almost 20 hours, just all in 1 week. But it's fun. We get to hang out with Tim, who we don't get to see very often. And we get to make progress on a game, which is something that we don't normally get to do anymore. Like, it's really hard to get a bunch of people together and make progress on really anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of out of it. I woke up this morning, was like, all right, I got to get up early. I've got a bunch of stuff to do. Paul wants to like do this thing at 2.
Yeah.
And
we still kind of started on time.
Yeah, we totally started right around at 2.
Right around at 2. Yeah, it's only 2:54.
Yeah, it's almost 3.
So, No. Yeah, no, I'm fucking...
You're mad.
I'm
I know,
mad.
I can tell.
I'm
you know what,
mad.
Paul? You and me should have... Well, we got this, apparently, that we can do together.
Next week, well, I'm going to try and make this bi-weekly so I don't pressure myself into making it too regular.
Okay.
But the next guest I want to be somebody else.
Oh, wow.
But you, of course, will come back. It'll all be kind of cyclical.
And, we could find something to do. You and me, we could find a series, a show that we could watch and just be like, hey, you want to come over and we'll watch this?
I can tell you what I haven't finished. Because Netflix is like, there's just so much shit.
There's so much on Netflix. Oh
There's
my God.
so much.
What have you not finished?
Attack on Titan.
I only started that. I got
I started it
4 episodes in with some people.
I started it with Jan, and we both agreed at the end of the first episode, this is the most metal fucking show.
Oh yeah, it's
metal.
It's ridiculous.
It is so. Have you seen clips from the live action film?
No.
It looks so bad.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
It's like, I mean, it's great that it looks bad because it means it's not taking itself seriously, and there's just sweaty guitar riffs, where you can tell that he's at the base of the guitar with the the strat board and shit, and he's like and stuff like Slash almost, and it's and it's people.
Yeah,
because the Titans look like people. So you got men and women running around with these prosthetics that erase nudity. Mm-hmm. So when you see I hate saying this, but derpy giant running doing the chicken dance or whatever, he has this prosthetic that covers up his genitals, but everything else is buck ass naked. So then you see the women Titans, and it's same thing, and then they have things over their nipples. Huh. So it's just Barbie boobs. And then when it gets to the what was the skinless Titans classification?
Oh gosh, I can't remember.
The Mega or the Uber or something, because it's Germany, so Uber.
Yeah, I don't remember what its name was.
Oh god! And then
the huge one, right?
The really big one, the one that just goes. And then
there was the Runner or something that was smaller, and it was armor. It was an armor type.
It armored, yeah.
Yeah, and it had weird. I think it was
they all have these prosthetics, and it's like the old Godzilla films,
but
with bad green screen. Ooh, and it's you got all the characters who look pretty. They look pretty good. Pretty good. The casting director obviously was you look like this person. That's you. Okay. It was really good, and all the. They really liked the show and the book because almost everything was exactly the same. There was no directorial flourish of any kind. When you see the Rose Guard or the Royal whatever, all the symbols are the same, and everything looks the same too. No alter design or anything.
Cool.
But when they get to Super Aaron, Titan Aaron, or whatever, where
So have you seen the live action movie?
I have seen clips.
Okay.
I have not seen the full thing because I haven't seen the full Attack on Titan. I've seen basically the first half.
Does the movie cover the entire events of Attack on Titan, or?
I probably would like the movie better because it's basically here's the whole damn thing
all at once,
and less of that yelling about it and just doing it. Because the one thing that turns me off about Attack on Titan is they'll stand there and going, oh my god, run! We have to run! And I'm like, why don't you fight? Or just run. Stop describing it.
No, we could do, Paul. At one point, we could just sit and watch that movie.
Yeah.
And then just do a right after it, just record like our reactions to it and put that up.
We could do that. I mean, the other thing that I wanted to do that I started a while ago, and I really want to fucking do it, is commentaries, where we make a commentary and we let the viewer at home plug in their earbuds and listen to us while they watch the movie. Yeah, like me and a guy, Sprinkles, did it for Batman and Robin. It was a lot of fun, and I haven't listened to it since, but I assume it was really funny because, you get two derps in a room going, do you know Alicia Silverstone was so fat by the time she got her Batgirl suit on, they'd have to butter her up, slip her in there, because it's true, but it's derpy, so it's like, George Clooney, where's your scalpels? Something.
That would be fun. I'd enjoy doing that.
No, yeah. But it has to be, of course, the rule, we figured this out early on, the rule is it has to be a movie you've seen. Because we tried doing it with a movie we hadn't
seen. And it was hard to react and think of something funny.
Yeah, like we did 2 in a row, and then we kept the second one, because the second one we saw. The first one we did was Demolition Man. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Do you know what it is? It's Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
It's one of the great bad movies of Stallone's career. Like, probably right there next to that arm wrestling truck driver movie he did.
And you hadn't seen it?
We hadn't seen it. And I had seen bits of it, like, on TV, because it's, like, a really popular AMC American movie classics.
Yeah.
Because now AMC will show pretty much anything.
Right.
And Demolition Man's great because it's like, you have Detroit, and it's 1993 Detroit, right? So it's like everything's shitty, and Wesley Snipes is like a super villain-esque drug dealer.
Oh, God.
And Stallone is a regular cop who like is fixated on him. And what happens is they catch him, and for some reason, I can't remember why, but they cryogenically freeze him or something.
What?
I can't remember the reasoning for it. They cryogenically freeze Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone so that when he wakes up, you have the one cop who caught him. So then they run around Detroit, which now Detroit looks like Toronto, Canada, because, they cleaned up over the years because President Schwarzenegger implied,
Wait, so in the movie, he pursues him, and he catches him, and then they freeze them both, and then the rest of the movie happens.
See, it's hard to describe because I can't. Yeah, that's what happens in Detroit. That looks like Toronto, Canada, because everything's so clean.
How far in the future,
at least RoboCop future Detroit, but less like.
Was this halfway through the movie that like?
No. It's one of those great movies that's like this happens in 10 minutes, and then right away the rest of the movie is in the future. And Sandra Bullock and Rob Schneider are there, and Lou Diamond Phillips is there too, and it's just a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
And the best part is like everybody keeps track of everything, and there's actually fines that you get for saying fuck. And the best part of the movie is when Wesley Snipes keeps saying fuck to this machine that keeps ticketing him, and then he beats the shit out of a couple of cops who are like, "Sir, you can't just hack into one of our machines, eh? I mean, dude, because this is Detroit, not Toronto, Canada." And then Taco Bell becomes like a fancy 5-star restaurant because it survived the fast food wars and stuff. Dude, if you've never seen this movie, it's really good.
Did you know that Taco Bell is actually working on like an upscale version?
Yeah, they're making a cantina Taco Bell or something. It's going to be awkward when you order a plate of cheese roll-ups with your margaritas.
Awkward or the best thing ever?
I don't know. It might
if
work.
They're expecting it, it's not awkward. It'll just be, yes, sir, let me get that for you.
It's rich people stoner food.
Yeah. Rich people like to get stoned.
They do. They get the good shit.
I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe Demolition Man was right.
And President Schwarzenegger. No, it's.
So you tried watching that and commentating at the same time.
We tried watching it and commentating it, and it didn't work because we had never seen it all the way through.
So it was more of like you guys were kind of quiet listening to it.
Yeah, we were. We ended up going, "What did he say? Oh, I don't know." And then it was like, "This is shitty. Let's not do this."
Because to get a good feel for it, you have to be listening, and you can't be talking and listening at the same time.
It has to be a movie that you've seen multiple times so that you can at least already have pre-arranged arguments or discussion topics for it.
Or at least like what you're going to say about this scene, or this scene's coming, so you can be like, so in this scene that's coming up, let me just tell you about
when I was a kid, I thought it was like this or something.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always have to be like, I do say that in the commentary about the Batgirl thing.
And where a lull is coming. So like if something's not interesting, the scene is happening, you can kind of talk over it and it won't be too big of a deal.
The biggest lull in that commentary is the scene where Alicia Silverstone is with the black paint guy. Black light, green paint guys, and it's that motocross race. You remember that scene? Mm-hmm. It was really weird, and it was like, what is this doing? It's Batman and Robin, that's why it doesn't make sense. So, I know that with Tim, I wanted to do one about RoboCop, because we both love RoboCop. And I think we would have a lot to say about it. With you, I'm trying to think of what movie you and I could do. Name one.
I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of movies, Paul.
Fuck you. You're not.
You and me could probably sit down and watch a movie, and then come back and do it over again. Right after. I feel like we could do it well enough if we found the right genre.
No, seriously, name a movie.
Oh gosh.
Name your top 10.
Eight of them are Disney, Paul.
Well, Disney we could do.
We could do Disney.
It's just that we'd cuss over it. At least I would. Yeah.
No, I like swearing.
Yeah, no, swearing.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's the only time you said fuck this whole time.
I've been trying to
naturally
cull myself a little bit, because that's probably my favorite word.
Fuck.
It really is though. I'll catch myself in a conversation and I'll meet new people and I'll be like, okay, stop saying it so often. They're gonna think that you're an uncultured swine. It's just, oh, this is fucking great. Oh, I fucking love this.
Yeah, right.
You fucking seeing this?
Because that's the thing. When a camera's not on and I'm talking to you, I'm like, Wesley says fuck a lot more than he's saying right now, and it's I feel like I'm the one that's the dirty mouth for some reason. I say it a little more, but it's probably because I'm more comfortable or something.
I think it's more that when you do swear, it's a little bit more noticeable. In that, sometimes you'll kind of put a punch to it to really give it that extra oomph.
Yeah.
So you'll be in the middle of a sentence and you're like, so I was talking to this fucking bitch, and I'll be like, all right, Paul, you're talking to some fucking bitch. What else?
I really hope it's not like that too much.
It's not, but I'll notice that sometimes it'll kind of get the emphasis of the sentence.
No, because I like to think that I say fuck or shit or whatever
fuck or shitter,
shit or whatever, in my everyday speech. So I figure I don't put as much emphasis on it as I would.
I think when
any other word, if I get emotionally involved,
I think you swear a normal amount, and then when you're trying to sell a joke, sometimes you'll kind of. Kind of punch it in there.
I can agree. Punch the joke.
Just punch something right into the joke,
right in my joke.
A fistful of swear, and you're just kind of ramming it.
What was it? Oh wait, I used to have a catchphrase with y'all, which was right in the solar plexus.
Right in the solar plexus.
Yeah, you're wearing a Japanese flag on your shirt, so solar plexus right there with the rising sun.
Right, definitely. That is somewhere I wasn't expecting that to go, but you got there. No, it makes perfect sense.
Yes, the rising sun of Japan is the solar plexus. It's the most powerful part of the body. And,
it is.
Solar and the
focus of the red center of the body.
And it's literally right there.
Right here.
It's somewhere between the sternum, the pectorals, and where the stomach is aligned. So it's kind of bottom right here.
Here.
Yeah, right there, right where the sun is.
Right in the sternum. Stern.
All right.
But I think we could find a movie. I think we could sit down and either just tear apart some Disney movies, or I'm sure that we could find something.
Yeah.
Are you a big Dragon Ball Z fan?
Oh God, no. Remember when I came over and you were like, "We're gonna watch this," and I kind of sighed.
Right. That's right. You really were like, "I really hated this. I didn't really get into it growing up." What is something else that a movie? Because I don't know.
I'm sure that there are obvious ones. It's just that because we're on the spot.
Right. But I think this has been good. I think we've really gotten.
Yeah.
This has been how long?
We've about an hour, so
About an hour.
if I cut out anything, it'll still be plenty more than plenty what I want. So
that's good. And I wish you the best in doing these, and I really.
You'll be back.
I'll be back definitely.
Definitely.
Because I've enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Sitting in a room with Paul for an hour.
That's how I hang out with most of my friends. I was telling somebody, like, remember I used to talk to Tim, and we'd never turn the TV on, because I actually kind of think the TV distracts from just getting to know people or just enjoying the company of people. I've always loved talking to you guys.
I remember,
because I think you guys are so funny and so smart. And you're my friends, so it's like
and we're friends.
And we're friends.
That one.
So I always just
because I remember
I'm always fine just chatting.
There were plenty of times where we'd invite you over to our apartment, and you would have like Emily or somebody, and we would just kind of be like, oh yeah, let's come over and watch a movie, and it'll be fun. And we'd sit down in the kitchen, and we'd start talking for a while. We'd put the movie down on the kitchen table,
never watch the movie,
and never watch the movie
because it's just sometimes that's more fun.
Yeah.
Well. I think
we're good here.
All right. Well, that was it for Nerd Talk this week. See you again in 2 weeks with somebody else.
All right.
I'm Paul.
I'm Wesley. Still.
All right.
Pretty sure.
Bye.